Hello there and welcome back to Castille. Last time we got the Iberian wedding done, and we also started to got a little bit of colonization done. So hopefully we can continue on that same note, good note, whatever you want to call it. But even so, we will be waiting a little bit, and then we'll most likely try and release Guyenne as a vassal, and then grow them through wars with France, which will definitely be interesting. But as of now, we're at war with Morocco, thanks to Castilians calling us in, and it's actually tempting to try and get something out of this. I'm a little bit unsure if I actually siege the entirety of Tunisia, if I then can make a deal through Morocco to actually vassalize them, but I kind of doubt it, so we'll see if we can do it some other way. But for now, we'll still continue with colonization efforts, and we'll simply not do much other than that, I think. We'll be waiting for Aragon to get integrated, which is once we get to level 10 admin tech, so it'll be a little while before we can do that. Also Naples will be interesting to get integrated as well, because that will give us some possibilities on gaining lands in Italy, and further down the line start causing some trouble for the Holy Roman Empire and start snatching at electors. Currently, if we take a look here, the electors are, Baden, Mainz, the Palatinate, Trier, Cologne, Brandenburg, and Saxony. So apparently Bohemia has lost their elective status, which is kind of interesting to boot, and Baden has been given it instead. But that is actually a positive thing for us, because that means that I now have more people to, prey on, because I need to probably vassalize 4 of the electors if I want to become Holy Roman Emperor in the future, which is basically what this entire thing is about. Although I'll also be trying to grow myself into a huge colonial empire, as I haven't actually done that in any games. So, as I said, colony will be played, and we'll be waiting for something a little bit more interesting to happen, I guess. We have gotten Admin Tech 7, and with it we now have the another group of ideas along with the Noble Republic. So I'm a little bit unsure what I actually should go for here, seeing that I want to have the Admin Tech simply to grow my how should I put it? I want the Admin Tech for the sole purpose of being able to grow my tech up to level 10, so I can start the integration of Aragon more or less from Spain. So I think we'll actually go for expansion ideas here. It's potentially a very bad thing to have 2 diplomatic ideas side by side. I'll probably go for either a, as you can see, the next one is a level 10, so I'll probably go for admin tech once we get there. The war is starting to drag out a little bit, which is kind of bad, but should be just fine even so. Apparently I have the morale about a little bit too low, and we also got some horrible terrain modifiers that didn't actually help out. I'm currently making a little bit of money, but once we actually get into, if I set up another colony, I'll actually get a minus a lot. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, this war should basically be done. The only thing that's a little bit annoying here is that Aragon is sitting with a lot of men here, not actually doing anything. So if we want to negotiate here, will you guys pay me a lot of money? And also I can actually have them give a couple of provinces, but I don't actually want to do that because they are quite expensive to call. So I think I'll simply take the money and leave it at that, because if I take the money, then I'll be able to probably set up another colony, and that should help out at the very least a little bit. So with that in mind, we'll be recalling that guy, and we'll be setting up another colony. And as you might imagine, I'll also very soon be having quite a lot of colonies actually set up, because next 1200 points will be 2 new colonists, and that means I can have 4 colonies running about at full speed, and that'll allow me to grow very, very fast when it comes to colonists. So we'll see how that turns out. Once again, loss against those damned. Well, apparently I didn't lose. It seems like just the Aragonese lost. So yeah, apparently my rebels always seem to get the best modifier, so to speak, when it comes to battle. They've had -3 now twice. So. But yeah, as you can see, also colonization is coming along rather nicely. I would guess before 1500s that our colonies would stretch about up here, maybe even some of the islands. I will not be going after the Aztec for a little while. I will not be discovering much more than I already have, because I believe there is a shared discovery 50 years after or so. And basically, well, that is kind of bad. Burgundy broke their alliance with us. We'll tax it, I guess. And diplomatic tech, no, we'll not be investing in that. But the fact that the Burgundy, yeah, they actually set me up as a rival. That is too bad, because I could really have used them in my pursuit against... actually still have my alliance with England though. And with their growth, things are looking pretty good. They will be forming Great Britain pretty soon. And that will also give me a rival when it comes to colonization, which basically means that I should try and finish up here. And get myself up into this area, start colonizing up there as well. So with that is my goal, we will be doing now. I know this is a Spain is the Emperor game or playthrough, but it doesn't really matter now in the beginning. In the beginning this will be a colonization game, so my apologies to anyone who actually thought I would be going straight for it. But yeah, I'll be keeping on the same level, and we'll see how this plays out. I also took, just now, I forgot to actually tell you, the expansion idea that should give me an extra colonist. I'll probably do, or finish this one first, I think, before I start going up here. Or I might actually just get a colonist and then aim for that diplomatic relation +2. And that might actually be what I will be doing here. The Castle spell against pagans doesn't bother me that much, and overseas income +10%. It's nice, but right now it's not something that I'm really well focused on, of importance as it were. So with that in mind, we'll simply I think leave it at it for the time being. But I'm currently making a little bit of a profit here, even with 4 colonies, and it seems that if you dump a colonist in a colony, the maintenance cost actually goes down for some reason, which I find to be very weird. Or it might actually be simply because of the fact that my guys found a well, now I'm stuck. My guys found another gold province, I believe this one. Wait, I don't know if they actually had it. The income from this province is 73. As you can see, that's not actually a full-fledged colony yet, and that is 73. This one 0 point something. So I have no idea if that actually is a bug or not, but who knows. Otherwise, it's roughly about 3. But once we start building some things, that should be helpful. As you can see, Austria is still Holy Roman Emperor, and I actually hope they stay that for a while. As long as they can do some of the decisions for me, that will actually help me out. So I can't actually complain if they do stay Holy Roman Emperor. But for now, we will be, as you might imagine, continuing with gaining ourselves some colonies and growing them. I should, as far as I know, hopefully be able to remember upping or coring them. As you can see, I will not be doing that. I'll be waiting until it's further down, because missionaries do cost money, so there's no reason to use them if it takes forever. Yeah, I've been chit-chatting along for quite a while now, but as you can see here, my colonies are growing, and that is actually just one too far, so I actually have to wait for that core to finish before I can continue. So I'll be dumping my guy down here then. And we'll be finishing those 3 colonies by the time we get to core. So we'll see how that turns out. As you can see, military tech 8 has been reached, which gives quite a lot of things actually. Military tactics plus 0.25, combat width increased by 1, infantry fire by 0.25, cavalry shock by a whole point, and we can now build training fields and a march. So all in all, a good update, but I don't think it'll actually be anything to focus on. Mali actually sent me an insult. I guess they fabricated a claim on something. Same with Tuscany. I have no idea why people suddenly felt the need to insult me. Doesn't actually matter as far as I'm concerned. The Emperor has enacted an Imperial Reform. So yes, they actually pulled the first reform here. Good for me. And hopefully they can pull a couple more. But I think I also should set up another colony here. And let's see here. Invest in naval. So apparently the fact that I pulled out that guy ended up with the colony hurting. And that is my bad, because I should have placed some units there before I actually pulled him out of the colony, and I should have sent him over here. Well, that's my bad. I guess we'll just set up a colony down here. or we'll simply wait for that one to be done. So I pulled him out a little bit too early, but a lot of screw-ups here from me, and I apologize to you who are watching. So, wow, that's a lot of wasteland. But yeah, I'll be waiting for the court to finish, then we'll be sending him here, and I'll be trying to have 4 or 5 colonies under production, I guess I could say, at any given time. So we'll see how that actually plays out. Itamarca. Well, it's actually fought down there, so that, I guess that didn't really help. I guess I need to make that into course. I'll colonize that one in the meantime. My bad, but yeah, not really that much will be happening, as I've already said. So we'll see how things goes. We took the next exploration idea, which gives global tariffs plus 20%. It will boost my economy a little bit more, and that will help out quite a lot. Also, it gives me the next Spanish idea advance, which is missionary strength plus 2%, and we also do not tolerate heretics or heathens minus plus 1, or minus plus. Both of them got minus 1, so plus 2% missionary strength, but minus 1 to both heretics and heathens tolerance. And with that, I think I can actually start. Yeah, now we can convert with the extra boost that gave. And we can also do this. Admin Tech 8 has been reached, and with it we can now build courthouses and workshops. And on the note of colonies, as you can see here, we're starting to get a lot of cores in the areas. So that is also quite well. And with that, I can now, as you can see here, start colonizing, well, a lot of these provinces up here. And I will do that in a minute here. I'm currently also going a little bit further down south with these two. So I'll just be moving some troops down there to make sure that they don't get broken once I actually recall the colonists. So yes, I will be most likely be setting up 3 more colonies, and that should be enough to keep us going for a while. So we'll see how that goes. I guess it's time for an update. It's 1494. We are almost where I put my goal up here, and we'll most likely reach it as things are standing. Also, we are not that far away from getting that last colonist, and that will boost my well, it'll boost me pretty well up, so that will help a lot as well. What I can then do is get as you know, additional diplomats, all of this, but it's a little bit tempting to actually take this one because it will give me a 10% to overseas income, which will allow me to have a little bit more, how should I put it, a few more colonies possibly, or not a few more, one, or it'll allow me to go positive with 5 colonies at once, I think, but I can at least hope. So with that in mind, I might actually keep Naples and Aragon for a while, because as you can see, a vassal, or no, I'm not actually getting anything from them. So I'm not actually getting anything from a union, so that's actually quite new. So I will be integrating them as soon as I can, and that could potentially get me in trouble, because as you can see, I'm using 16 ducats now, 1674 a month on simply maintaining my colonies here. And well, that's not actually that much, and when you consider the fact that I didn't actually use that much when it comes to missionaries either, because that was actually below a ducat a month, so I probably shouldn't have complained about that. With that in mind, I could also now try and get some better relations with Austria, and I will also keep improving my relations with England. Denmark is potentially done something pretty good for me here, because as far as I know, Denmark is not prone to actually taking the decisions, as it were, that will give them colonial rights. Norway is, and would most likely, I'll try to sabotage my gains here. So it's very good that Denmark has at least inherited Norway. The problem right now, in terms of colonization, is just Portugal, and to some extent the English, potentially the British when the time comes. So with that in mind, going after the islands here, most likely going after the island, I believe there's an island somewhere here that I can potentially try and take as well. So I should probably go after both of those. So we'll see how that turns out. This is actually quite a good event, and it actually happens pretty often as far as I can see. I've had it just twice now while I'm recording. You get 100 extra colonists, and that is more than a year's worth in most cases. But as you can see here, this is just a regular colony. It doesn't actually have a I thought it was the one of those that had a colonist in them. But as you can see, simply having a colonist boosted on average almost doubles it, so that is actually quite a beneficial thing to do. And as far as you can, you should try to do that. Keep a colonist more or less to boost it. I'll also be building another navy to have this area here, because as you might imagine, this navy won't actually go further up in here. So I need them to simply keep pirates out to keep the sea lanes clear, and also because of the fact that light ships is actually what decides how much of the income overseas that's actually transported over. So yes, I will be creating a new navy here that I will be moving overseas as soon as the war is over. So that should help out quite a lot. And also, as you can see here, well, almost all the colonies are done here. I'm a little bit unsure if actually moving these guys over now is a good move or not, so we'll take a chance. We'll send them to, well, their new home, and hopefully they can keep it safe of pirates. But yes, as I was saying, this is probably how I will be going until I've taken most of the coast all the way up here. I'll mostly be playing a colonizing game, and once that's done, we'll be trying to get ourselves a little bit closer to the Holy Roman Empire. It's not actually something I have to hurry with right now, thanks to the fact that I have, I guess you could say, a backdoor, thanks to the fact that I have a, well, where are my colonies? By here. I can just finish up that one, I guess. But as I was saying, I have the back door through Naples, and if that doesn't work, I can possibly get myself, take a Burgundy province or something, and then use that as a way to get into the empire, vassalize 3 or 4 electors, and then use them to my advantage in terms of keeping myself on the throne. Austria is doing a pretty good job though of getting some of the things here, but once they actually get up to this one, I will have to step in and force them to stop, I think, or I will actually have to fight a war to simply replenish or have them take back that decision. But that doesn't even matter right now. This is unfortunately the end of this episode. We almost reached the 1500s, but at least now we have colonized most of the eastern coast of Southern America, and we'll be continuing trying to take the northern coast here and get these islands before the British or the Portuguese or anyone actually get themselves over there as well. I do now have 4 colonies, so it should actually go pretty damn swift when you think about it, so it'll be interesting to see if we can actually pull it off. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye!